Hello, everybody. Let me just point out the camera a little bit this way. As a promise here, I'm going to be talking about connections, kind of like a little bit more advanced. Now I have more time to be live and have kind of like through the chat um, for it, so we can not only like a message to you, because here is you need to learn about proper communication is that when a person records video and just shoot it out there, it's a one-way street message. You just deliver a message, but during life I begin to understand that now there is a two-way street. It's just like you send something and it comes back, and creates this evolutions of things. Hi, Johnny. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Here's the thing. It is that being here live, you can do a lot of things that comes up, a lot of situations that coming up. And we're going to talk about soul connection. So if you're here watching it, if you want to say hi, you can say hi. Hi, everybody. And talk about this type. A long time ago, when talking about a few years back, when everybody was kind of like waking up to this spiritual connections, which is they begin to have the time of coming up. That was the time when Uranus was into Pisces, okay, spiritual soul evolution, and you were like, I'm destined for something else. I need to do. Здравей, Antonia. Hi, Antonia. I hope you understand English, and I'm glad that you're here. So back then, a lot of the people who wake up early, and they knew that was their thing. When Uranus, when we move into areas, we see this mass awakening, this mass power. It's like, yeah, I'm looking for this. I want to be happy. I'm tired of these old things. That was the end of this Pisces age of Pisces. You rebirth for something new. You want to have something new. This old stuff, these things that didn't work so many years, you kind of like, I'm looking for something new. That drove. Hi, Jens. Thank you. Hi from Copenhagen. I think I pronounced it right. So that was the stages of ignition period of your own self. Okay, that ignition of your own self begins to point out that we as human beings begin to ask for more advanced level of relationships. That was predetermined back in the 1900s. Back in the 1900s, when I Am That I Am started, they knew portions of this. Okay, they knew a lot of things for it, but now it's more powerful, more increased, since a lot of the people begin to awake. During this transition of Uranus that comes in, that ignition state, that fire, this is something new, this is something great, because this is the rebirth of Aries. And that ignition caused, well, who should I ignite you, what it was. That was the ignition of the twin flames comes in. That was the things of the twin flames begin to kind of like poof, makes that evolution. It started from a very small amount of people, and a few years back, there was only a few people where they were even vulnerable to come out and talk about it. Okay, I mean, come on, this woman to say, like, listen, I'm have this and this experience. I have this and this situations. This is what's happening, and this is what happens on this. Back in the days, I'm talking about Lindy Cowling. If you, some of you don't know for it, I'm talking about Mel, who came out. You know, God bless his soul. He's up ascending right now. I'm talking about a lot of people who come together and they kind of like push this through. Now the world, it's looking for its twin flame or soul connections or however it is the situation. So this ignition state was orchestrated by the universe. Now, since we are Uranus is in Taurus, it is about, well, okay, it's all good. You got your heavens, you got all this stuff, but what are you going to do with it? Are you going to materialize the things? Are you going to do these things properly? Are you going to be performing it? And that's what right now the most of the humanity is like, I need to do something. I have to create something. I need to get in something. But here is the problem, that unseen problem begins to emerge. That was quite a few years back that Pluto came out and is like, guys, it's all good when you have your pinky glasses of love, but that's not the whole thing. It's not the whole truth. You guys need to heal. If you're watching the latest and the greatest out of Johnny Depp and Will Smith, you guys know where I'm going with this. Yeah, you can't, this new level of connections, you can't have something for being different level. You guys on the next, I'm talking about 2 to 3 years. Hi, Margaret. The next 2-3 years, you guys going to learn about the quality of the 100%. I mean, you are going to get your ears burn out, your brains burn out about the 100%. Okay, why is that though? The thing about this is about that in order to get something that is 100% truth, if you want a true happiness, you have to be true within yourself to get the true happiness. But the true happiness comes with the third energy. I'm talking about that energy that connects the twin flames. Okay, that is the divine powers. That is the divine things. They know if you're truth or you're not. So, through going through the stages, okay. Hi, twin flame. I will answer some questions on a little bit. Right now, it's a little bit more kind of like informative, and I will get to the questions in the order they come and the order they were received. So, to remind you what some of the stages and the sub-stages of these relationships are, because throughout the past maybe 7-8 years, when I began to talk and open about this, okay, there was quite a few people on it. Now it's like, you type the word twin flame and there is like millions of web addresses, millions of businesses with I'll get you connected with your twin flame, or I'm a twin flame guide, and it's about the money. Money is not the only one thing, okay? And some of us, the old school, I would say, some people learned what you need to do when the things are about the money. So not only about the money, it's something more, something bigger. It's a revolution of the relationships, okay? A revolution of the relationships. Hey, Josh. Hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm expecting some, also good questions for you and good quality questions. So let me go through about the stages of the soul connection. First of all, it's the ignition. But what's the ignition? The ignition is in you first. Okay, the ignition is when you turn to the divine, to God. If you sit and you pray and you said, you know what, God, I need something better. I need a better life. I need a better things. I want this love. I want this new love. You basically tell the universe is like, I'm tired of this old life. It's not good. These old things. I'm ready for the new. During this self-ignition process, you begin to feel like some kind of process changes are coming up with you. All of a sudden, you begin to see the numbers. You see 1111, which is uh, really being there until the life puts you in a situations that the divine knows where to put you in, with who the divines, that third energies decide to get you ignite. Okay, that ignition, it is about 90% of the time that is about others to learn from it. Because during the ignition state, when that love kind of like streaming out of you, that vibrations of love go into the others so they can look for it. So that's what it was. That was the power of how the twin flame concept just kind of like blew up. That concept, it didn't just blow up from the internet. Uh, hey, Casey, yeah, go Bears. See, Chicago Bears. Hey, it is what it is. You know, some things never change. Once a bear, always a bear. Um, um, and that energy begins to flow. People begins to research. People begin to awake more and more. And now here we got this explosion. That's how that ignition began. Okay, the ignition began first with you, and then pass it around. Once the ignition begins, and the person comes in, and the third energy is present there. You feel this third energy. Okay, this third energy gives you the dreams. This third energy kind of like guides you. This third energy kind of like helps you out to begin to work your life with the new conscious of vibrations, not only feelings, vibrations. Okay, you're getting the vibes, you're working with the energy, you're working with the energy. During this stage for it of the ignition, I mean, everybody see what the hell is going on with you. You're like a shining star all over the place. Did you get a new woman, new love, new things? It's like, what the heck did you do with yourself? What you get yourself into it? And you're like, well, I just wanted a miracle. I pray, and here is that. Well, God is the third energy. The universe is answering your prayers. They know where it goes. They know what's going on. You are just disconnect with the third energy. You are disconnect from yourself. So once you pray, once you do these things, now there is the ignition state. Now there is these dreams about a person. There is this situations, and all of a sudden the dreams becomes the reality. You see this person, you get ignited with this person, you go in through these stages. Okay, you go through the stages of bubble love. You feel like all the time you're thinking about them, or the love with them. It's all the time. It's kind of like everybody's around you is like, what's going on? And this bubble love comes in and grows like a giant balloon until poof, the balloon is gone. No more pink glasses, no more things. And because during the bubble love, you're learning what that love should be. That love, it is about um, could be as a, for some of you that could be like, I love you, or I don't love you, but this could be a plans. We need to do this, we need to do that. Maybe you create this program. Depends of the connections, depends of your situations. um, And Josh, I will answer the questions after I finish with all the general information. So I will answer the questions in order they were received. And you maybe have this drawn plan of how it should be, but that drawn plan, you could collect an old patterns from it. And those old patterns may be right or not right or things, but also there's going to be a testing of the connection. See, the divine put you through the test. Would you overcome the things? Would you be true to yourself? Would you do the necessary things? Because during the ignition state, okay, what did you got as information there? Nothing else matter. No one else matter except me, the third energy, and the person I love. It is like obsession to you, okay? But underneath this kind of like obsession, if you take a look at it, the universe tells you, don't do anything with others. Focus on this. This is the part of creation. You have this, you will affect everybody else. But most of the people who haven't left this old thinking, they will bring it up, everything else. Okay, they will bring everything else. So that is the testing. There's going to be a lot of troubles. That could be if I mean, it's a great video of Lindy Cowling. It's like, what if they are married? What's going to happen? What the situation is? What is the things that could have been? All right. You need to understand that if your person is married, then there is some whole another ball game for it. Especially if they have kids, then you need to understand you created kids with an old way, and now you have a new learning, and it's like, oh, what's going on? All right. So that testing was also, it is about to get into the connection and uncover what needs to be healed. Okay, during that uncovering of this unhealed things, there is two things can happen. The one person helps the other, or they both helped each other, or the one is just takes but doesn't receive. All right, here is that situations that can go different directions, but that is about how, and it's determinant of how their life was. Okay, that brings this damage of the way their life was before the ignition. Okay, you will look through it. You're looking through your own self. That's the part of the inner work. But if you work in together, then the things go fast, right? But if the things doesn't work together, again, guess what? One or the other, or maybe the both persons have this ego that is clashes. I mean, the clashes of the egos are, it should be my way, or you should have seen this, you could have done this and this, that. And the other thing it could be, well, you give me everything, I will just give you a little bit. Or what we call in it the breadcrumbing, you just give to someone something, so just hold it, but not what you have inside of you. So there is a lot of things that comes up and in testing this. But if you and your person getting the things together, you already know that things could work out. But if there is a third party in there, like maybe you have a secret admirer or something, or if there's going to be a third things that you have to worry and think about it, and you put it before that divine connection, guess what? And all is going to crumble to the dust. The thing is during the separations, during to these clashes, okay, the both persons, their inner worlds are open. And those inner worlds, when they are open, if the one person builds, the other destroys, then the things is not going to work out, because this is a inner work development. You will see that down the road, this this connection has got something more value, and through this. Um, the separations coming in with two choices. You definitely go through this, especially with those in the separation process. That is the choice one is you breaking the tie. Okay, you just breaking everything. That is because the one person breaks the inner world of the other. Now, if the inner world is something, whatever that is, or the inner world was destroyed before, or however that situation is, then that inner world doesn't have a stable base. If it was based on the false words, if it was based on the false assumptions, or it was based out of a flirt, or it was based out of something else, but not love, then that is the truth. That is one of the things that determines the connection. Okay, so there's going to be a separation. There could be blockages, no communication. You need to understand that no communication has advantage and disadvantage. You need to learn from now on that wherever you look one issue, look to both sides. Stop looking only one way. All right, this is one of your powers that you're going to get in it as a things. Don't don't look at it that anymore. It's just like my point of view, you being a blind horse. For so that blockages, because I know a lot of the people, it's like why you block communication? You block communication to stop that person of breaking your internal world. You protect yourself, but also you allow the other person to figure out, see what you're doing. Why you breaking? Why you didn't build that? Why you breaking it? Why you breaking this? And you will find out things that's going to be uncovered too. Okay, those are wounds. All right, you will find those wounds. Okay, and you're going to tell the person, go do your inner work and just figure it out, because something is not right. Okay, something is not right, and either they will do it or they will not do it. That's not your business. The hardest part that you're going to do during this is you rebuilding yourself. You're rebuilding yourself, and that is a nasty job. But every time you rebuild yourself, you build it stronger and stronger and stronger. That is the power of your spirit. Okay, but if you taking at this as a, all right, I'm going to work on me. I see what's going on. I have to go deep, go do the inner work. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You dive deep, you evolve, you go and you find those issues and you unearth them. You bring it out to those issues to the person, and or you bring it out, they come out on the surface. Then the person has two choices: to accept them or deny them. If the person denies them, then guess what? They deny the truth. Therefore, the first choice of separation is breaking. All right. The second, though, is okay, he says that. Let me take a look. This is the power of seeing the other side and looking at through the issues more deep to discover the truth. Because without truth, this connection doesn't have a purpose. Okay? Because here is when you pray to God, to the universe, you want true love, true happiness, true family. You want the truth. Okay, it is. But in order you to have it, you have to be 100% true. Your person has to be 100% true. The universe has to be 100% with you. You might give it a glimpses out of this, so you can know what it is, what it feels like it, and that 100% is something powerful. But if the one person doesn't have the 100%, then situation is different. So those are the choices during the separations. Okay. What's going on after the separations? The separations after you've done the healing work, after you've done everything, and all of a sudden it's like, God, I wish to reconnect. I want to do this. I want to see how the things are. I want to see. And now, during this reconnection process, I had someone who took them 8 years to do the reconnection process. They were the runner. Okay. They were the one who damaged the connection. And they made like 8 pages out of a letter to the person. That's what happened. Okay. So like a page per year, something like that. And we share it out on the Facebook. That was a while back. But that is the confession. Okay. The confession of what it was, what you went through, how did you solve the issue, how did you see the things, what actually happened into. All right. This is when the truth actually comes out, and you begin to, through this confession side of the both sides, that is how you heal. And you're going to have a talk, this naked talk of how you healed. What did you do? You had an ignitions naked talk, which is you tell everything, but it's going to be tested. It is truth or not. It's going to be tested one way or another. And let me tell you, don't play around with the third energy. I see some things that the third energy does, and it's not funny. This third energy is like, I give you this gift, and now you kind of like, you know what I'm talking about. So during this confession state, it's going to be this, you taking the wounds, you're taking the pain out, but you're also laughing. It's like, how can I stupid be? Or how can I be that dumb? Or, it was funny for me right now. And looking at this is like, what the heck did I do? Okay. And during this confession, during this reignition begins to emerge. Reignition. Okay. And during that reignition state, you're going to feel the presence of the third energy that puts you together. That's the environment. Okay. It is you, person, and the third energy. You all, if you've been in the twin flame or soulmate spiritual connection, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. If I have to go a little bit deeper with this, there has been a proofs about that your brain, it's got telepathic connections. I made a post, a video, and thing, blah blah. Yes, okay, that's it, done with this. But that third energy, it is actually the one, because the third energy knows everything. It knows the truth. If the third energy comes in with this bing, 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 something's not right, guess what? It's not going to be right. Okay, something was left unsaid, something was left undone. And it's like, go back to separation, go back, learn your things. And that's why it's those up downs with within the soul connections. I mean, I have 3 years, maybe 4 years, I was in the States, and why is it my twin flame comes in, we talk, and then disappears, then comes back, disappears, then comes back. I'm like, no truth, lack of truth. And the third energy is just like divine time. That's what the divine time is. Divine time is when the third energy is like, okay, all clear, all done, job well done. Congratulations. Now what? So now what is, you go back to the drawing board. You go back and you build internal world. You build the dreams. It's the same thing like a couple. They get together, they get married, and now they have to put their life together. Where are we going to have a house, how are we going to have a house, and everything else. The only difference here is within the soul connections, you build it with the proper way, with the third energy, something that it's built to last. Okay, not like the marriage. Okay, the marriage you probably already learned it. If you're married for a reason, not love, for a reason, okay, because you like the person, or you thought, everybody's married, so you should get married. You're not fully in love, or there was the things that you needed to learn first, and whatever the situation is. Lack of truth. I mean, the most of the divorce rate is like somewhere up in the 60%. How nowadays? Yeah, come on. We're in this toxic environment. Let's talk the truth. Um, and when you build within the universe, there's going to be these miracles. You're thinking about something, and the universe says, "Okay, I'll do it." You two develop something, and it's like the universe, "Okay, I'll deliver it." That is going to be the magic of the twin flames. Okay, that's what everybody wants, um, and that's how the things work. But you need to be very careful with the third energy, because the third energy is the judge, the judgment day. And when a judgment day comes in within your connections, you will see. Okay. But since you have this wishful fulfillment with the third energy was always going to be that relationship is like they want to keep the promise. They want you to be happy because you ask for it. You open up your subconscious. You inherited all these things inside of you, and it's there for you. Somehow you open it up. Let's say you have a problem. You want to find out what the problem is. You go and research it. The universe is going to guide you. Okay, this is going to guide you. I didn't know what the twin flames was. I was searching and searching. I was getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was searching for spiritual connections and love and all that stuff. I missed probably 5 or 10 times. I missed the twin flames. Till one day I was like, okay, let me see what is this twin flame thing is. That's how everything begins. So that's when you begin to have this building of the inner world, you preparing everything for actual union. That's what it is. You have one soul, one collective inner world that coexists in two bodies. And let me put that way for you. So now I'm gonna go through the questions for it and order they came in. Let's see. First one. Margaret, hi dear, couldn't sleep this morning. It's 3 o'clock. I wake up yesterday at 3 o'clock. Yeah, it's been rough. I mean, come on, retrogrades are coming up. Pluto just stays out there and creates this heavy vibes. It's like like feels so heavy. Mercury is gonna coming up in preface, and we have so much things that's gonna go. I mean, it's crazy. My twin came in contact with me recently. That is a question by the twin flame part. And she has cancer, which is causing me a lot of pain. 3 years separation. She got married, but still loves me. She got married. Why did she get married? And what caused that cancer? See, the cancer comes in because of Cancer is something toxic. Maybe she has, if you look at her life, okay, maybe you'll find that some kind of toxicity was that the cancer came in as a toxicity and the physical, okay. What you can do in this case, it is like figure it out. You're on separation 1 or separation 2. Okay, if they married and they just don't want to have connections with you, they don't check up on you, they don't want to do anything with it. Uh, they married to somebody else, and they're happy ever after. Wish them good luck, better luck next life. Okay, work on you. All right, work on you, digging it up to it. But if she keeps connecting with you, and the things are, maybe she just study herself, and she got married for some other reason, maybe a monetary gain, support if she has kids. I mean, the reason could be so many out of it. All right, the reasons they can be so many. But work on you. Okay, choose that stage 2 within the separations to evolve, to emerge. Okay, to get yourself out of the rabbit hole. All right. Josh, a question I have for life after catalyst. I'm young, 27 years old, my first life on the planet. I know I have twin here, and I just decided to be with them. No one else. Josh, yeah. When you say I want to be, I'm looking at a little bit more psychological problem with it. I know I have a twin. I know it's somewhere out there. I just want to be with them. Are you ready to be with them? Is the question. And also, you kind of like says one thing that you only be with. When you decide only, that tells me that you put everything to going after this 100%, which is, I congratulate you if that's what your goal is. But don't put a frames of what your twin flame should be. That word only also point you out the one side of the coin, but also the other side of the coin, okay? And when you say no one else, then you determine that there will be nobody. You don't know if it's your twin flame until you go through all this. Okay, you won't know. The third energy will tell you. The third energy will bring it to you. The question is what are you going to do about it? Okay, maybe the third energy is gonna bring you to the same people to recycle the same experience that you couldn't have experienced with a certain person. For example, I'm attracting kind of like the same people for it. I had like a funny thing to look at my relationship. Why the heck I've been attracting this kind of people with specific things? I'm like, I'm still working on it. All right. So okay, you guys chat here, which is good. It's good that you guys have a chat. Casey, I think people need to block others because they aren't strong enough to just ignore them. All right, ignore, block. Why would you ignore a person? If you went to a person and you told that person, listen, I mean, this is not right. We are not a good example of couple, or listen, this, why you doing this? Why you keeping secret? Or why you hiding me? Or why this? That person ignores you, okay? That person ignores your things. They only want to give you what they feel like they want to give you. That control, manipulations, and things. That's ignorance that begins from them. When you have enough of this ignorance, you mirror them back, their ignorance back to them, tell them, shut up, I don't want to deal with you. I had enough of this. Okay? And that's what one of the blockages are coming in. You tell the person, go look at yourself in the mirror. Go see what you're doing. Okay? You're ignoring this divine connection. You're ignoring this answer to your prayers. Okay? You're ignoring this third energy that comes in. And because of your ego, you want to be 100% in control. You're ignoring me and you're growing the third energy. I'll ignore you. And that's how the blockages are. Okay? But the ignorance begins from somewhere. Okay? That it comes in from somewhere. There's got to be a root cause. That's why I made the video about make the root cause failure analysis with why your relationships have failed. Okay? Don't look at only the person. Look at you. Okay? So did you ignoring red flags? Did you ignoring yourself, your gut feelings? Okay? I mean, of course, when you are on 100%, then you don't see red flags. All you see is love and you have desire to build. You're ready for building. You're ready. You show it up. The third energy shows up. The person shows up. That's a whole nother ballgame. So let me see. Just ignore him. The blocker doesn't want the temptation of being taken, of course. The blocker, okay, why are you blocking? Let's say you're blocking because you had enough of something. Okay, for example, if you have communications and you're expecting that person to say, you know what, I have this issue, I had that issue. I mean, I didn't feel good within this, I didn't feel good within that. I want to know what is this, where did that come from? Instead of they're typing you down, like if they want to type you like I miss you, they type you, the neighbors here, they were asking for you. You see, that is a thing that the truth is missing right there. Or they just want to buy something and they're like, what are you thinking about this? Or what are you thinking about that? Or they write you, it's like, hey, I have a problem with my car, or I have a problem with this, what do you think? No, they want to take something, not give. They don't give the explanations. That is lack of maturity. They have to look themselves, why do they have this lack of maturity in there? So, yeah, it could be that temptations of things, but as I said, when things comes up, don't look one way or the other. In order to have this clouds of doubts for it, is just look at the both sides. Okay, that can also help you to solve this bipolarity thing. Okay, what I mean by polarity, bipolarity, it is like I like them because of this, but I don't like them because of that. And then there is this bipolarity point in you because of them. Today you love them, tomorrow it's like, I don't want to see the crap out of them. I can go to hell, That it is because you haven't seen the both sides of the issues creates this. But you need to be very careful because during these connections, if the person was so good and then was so bad and they discard you, now we're talking about huge amount of bipolarity because you don't know what to believe in the person. You don't know to believe in that love or the actions that they actually did. Now we're talking about this. You have to go inside of you, and it's like all right, well, let me see that love written down, or let me see what they did with this. And then you discover the deep, when you go to the root cause, you find the deep things for you. And then you kind of like get in some sort of closure, and you stop this bipolarity fights that all twin flames has about it. Hope that it's answered the question. Josh, okay. I appreciate yeah. To approach other people for romantic connections. The approach, yes, because if separation one comes out, they don't have nothing to do with you. They just and the universe says, boom, I'm taking them out because they're not for you. Okay. They had a one thing on their mind when they were with you, and one thing on their mind when they were with me. But shows up that they choose a third side that they always hide or something, and there is things that you don't know, but I know, I see, and then just okay. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do when the universe it's already took an soul contract with you to be happy? When you ignite yourself with the universe says, I'll drag you, I'll help you out. Okay? During this walk within the universe, you'll learn things. I hope most of you learn. Because if you don't learn, you're going to recycle the same kind of like separation, let go, or you're going to go to more stages. But the universe have a promise to you, fulfillment. See, that third energy, that third energy is very powerful. He will probably give you a person who's got more energy than the previous one, more commitment to the other one. So you can evolve, you can go within. But that is the stages you evolve. You won't evolve otherwise. It's impossible. You can know and have a knowledge, but if you don't apply the knowledge, it's nothing. It is like a book on a shelf that you read, and that was it. Do you perform? You do performance. And that's what this Uranus and Taurus is like. I want performance, buddy. I want performance. If you don't perform, then you're gonna go do something else, or I'm gonna put a tower on you, crash everything that you built. It's very very things that comes in with this. Or don't waste the time. You never waste the time. Sometimes you're gonna feel like wasting the time with someone. But the universe knows that in the universe there is no actual time. It's only a learning process. Now, if you take it from egoistic standpoint, and you've been in a relationship or hold space for someone for a certain amount of time and things, and they say they're gonna get into this and that, yada 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 yada, and so on, and then everything fails. Don't feel bad about it. It's not your fault. Okay, you need to understand that during this process, if somebody vanished or just goes, and all of a sudden one day, just like, you know what, bye bye, and no questions about it, you need to understand one thing: there's got nothing too wrong with you. Every psychologist is going to tell you this. That's a lack of maturity. That's immature personality. They have to go do things. Okay. So there is not waste time, but you learn what immature people do. you begin to evolve, because the universe tries to teach you something that you haven't learned from the before. You didn't have a chance to learn it before. So it's like advancement, but don't look at it as a loss. Always look at it the both side of the coins. I'm keep telling you this, guys. Look the both side of the coins. Don't point fingers towards the person. Point the fingers also towards you. Okay, you also did something this to happen. Okay, you also triggered something. You push buttons. All right. To remind you that the fights within the twin flame soul connection is like pushing the buttons that normally people cannot. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Specifically with the vibes. Gosh, over there, you guys know what I'm talking about. So if you have love to share share, why not to make other people happy? What is your thoughts? Make them happy. If you get a chance to do something good, do it, because maybe you're the only one person who can. All right, universe doesn't send you to people for just because. Universe sends you like an angel to help people. All right. Now, how the person will see the angel, that's their problem. Maybe that happened before. Okay, but you need to understand and look at it on the other side. It's like, I'm a servant of God. I trust the universe. I am who I am. I trust the universe. And you gotta trust the universe. It's your personal relationship with God determines that. Your personal things to surrender to the universe, to the third energy. Doesn't matter out of the outcome. The outcome, okay, yeah, it may fall down, it may hurt, maybe somebody's going to drop you from the sky or fall on in the blacktop, and you're going to be in this, why? You'll figure out why. Down the road, it will reveal to you. Even though after you die, you're going to reveal to you. The truth can't be hidden, okay? Let me tell you about the truth, that when you want to be a true happy, when you want to be true things, you want the truth. The truth is the road. Okay? Jesus said that, and I say this so many times. Okay? God wants the truth. In order you to be happily ever after, it's the truth. You have to have the truth. It's not working that way. I have a dreams of meeting someone, and then we met in physical. They're not my twin. It shows much love, as will pair my twin. Well, Josh, it could be that the universe tries to tell you something. Okay, why would the universe bring you somebody? Why? Because maybe the first person in the first place was only an igniter, as a spark. And let me tell you that these people who are the spark, they're gonna run away. They're weak. They don't possess the flame within the spirit. They are not 100% trustful in the universe. Okay? The only way you can do this is by exploring it, giving it a chance. But don't be hunkered down, because they're going to bring another person who's going to be having a more strong vibes than your twin that ignites you. They're going to be more stronger, because that is the part of the catalysm to break your limitations. That's the power of the third energy, to break your walls. Let's see. I met someone and I love them for who they are. I do that without the relationships aspect and life, and lift them up. Yeah, lift up people. I have a lot of people I lifting up all the time here. That's when a day comes in. It's like I have a lot of people from over the years. All they have to do is like deal. I have this issue and just need some help, and I'm like, okay, give me about 2 minutes, and I go and do my thing, and I get a text back 4 minutes later. It's like, thank God you're here. Okay. At the same time, I have some people who promises that, hey, can we talk? I need help, or can we talk? And they're like, yeah, let me put the kids, or let do this, or let do that. And guess what? Uh, or you know what? I have a video that I'm doing. I'll call you later, and they never call. You see, there is no that give and take parts. All right. So, but if you got a chance to give, just give. Don't worry about receiving back. You'll receive something else. Okay. So, I had a dream of meeting someone in the physical. They are more 3D oriented and young in their journey. I still meet them. Where are they at? Let me tell you about the young people in the 3D oriented. The 3D oriented is because of one thing. It was developed that way. And you're gonna tell me, what do you mean? The develop of toxicity environment, toxicity energy was predetermined years ago. Okay? Is right now you just see it. The seeds of that toxicity was planted long time ago. If you go ahead and look at it, the songs, the music that comes in, and the political environments and everything, you go back and you study them like back in the early 90s for some reason, you will understand that little by little, there was this toxic environment was poisoning us. Why? So today we can see the flowers of this toxicity. We can see this three-dimensional thing of control. It wants to own anything and anybody. It controls everybody, and those are the control freaks. Okay, they want to have everything within the world, have all the money in the world, have everything, this grandiosity and this BS. Okay, I mean, look at it, Johnny Depp and Will Smith. You'll figure out what I'm saying on it. And if you look at it, the culture that was developed for it, earlier we developed the spiritual connections. Now the world is looking at the other side of the coin of that spiritual connections. Talks about the toxicity of life. So we see the positive side as the twin flames. It's all love and light until shit, you hit the wall, and it is like, I never sensed this toxicity. Why? You to understand one thing, it takes two to build a house. If you're codependent, okay, that's mean that you're codependent in your life. If you can't be independent in your life, you're depending on somebody else. So the codependency, if you look at it on one side, the negative side of the codependency, that is like, well, I need a person who to provide me, who to give me, to babysitting me, who to help me and things and all this, because I can't. All right. Well, look at it on the other side of the codependency. That is I need a person to live with. I need a person to build a family with. I need a person who understands me and I understand them. So whatever I give, I can have it back because he gives me back. I give to receive, but not with a purpose. I will receive because he wants to give me back. Okay, so people begin to look at everything one-way street, and the codependency, they don't understand the power of the codependency is building, underneath the shell for it. Some of the psychologists, they're like taking a look at things and they're like, what's going on? They look at the codependency at one side, but look everywhere. Don't just look at one way. We are going to have this 100%. In order you to get the 100%, you have to have the two sides of the one coin. That's the 100%. Whatever the issue is, okay, you look at it in this, okay. So that's what. Let's see more questions here. When you speak of third energy, is that the voice of the divine or a combination of the energy of the two people? The third energy, that is the universe. That's the one that delivers and speaks to the both two persons. Okay? But here it is that a lot of the people want to control this third energy because of fears. And they hear something. They hear their fears, not the third energy. Okay? The third energy materializes things. Brings that positive environment, that evolution for progress. When the progress goes away, kind of like you begin to feel cold vibes, then there is something else in there, but not the third energy. Maybe something was hidden beneath the rug, beneath the surface, that tries to emerge. It's kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm a stone, but in order you to see me when I have a big waves, otherwise you not see me, type of a thing. Okay, maybe the stone it's only like that much underwater, but you don't see it. Okay, that's what this is. All right. Even within the Maxine debate, it's going on. Find myself polarizing. Yeah, I see myself in a Maxine. Polarizing. This polarizing, being positive, negative, or this duality, that's a 4D process. Okay, so the third D, it's all about I can touch, I can find, I can write. It doesn't exist if I don't touch it and I don't grab it. But the fifth D is like I feel this energy, I feel this power. That's the 5D. But when you begin within the 4D, it's like, I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it's happening or not. But when you're within the 5D and working with the third energy and the things begins to materialize, you're like, what kind of miracles is this? And that's what that is. That's the miracles. Okay. Don't forget about it that our purpose is to bring heaven on earth. That's how the miracles happen, when you go and connect it with the divine, with God, with the third energy, and the third energy works through you, with you, then the miracles happen. That's what you're here for. For years, I was okay being alone and not having a family, but now with this spark catalyst twin eager to make others happy and help teach kids and have my own family. Go for it, Casey. Just go for it. Trust the universe. Go for it. You might find out things. You might evolve. You might fall in love happily ever after. You never know, but go for it. Yes, third energy is on point. All right. Well, you guys have so many other questions, or I can give you some a little bit more nuggets about. It's kind of like a funny. It's the same people kind of like a participate in the chat for it. I don't know if there is other people kind of like having more questions. That would be nice. Don't be shy. Pull that out and pop some questions you might be interested in. What should I do tomorrow to prepare for the eclipse? Hunker down, put my armor on. No. You're going to miss. You're going to miss. Okay. With this eclipses, if you're not open it up, okay, you need to understand in the universe there is two energies. All right. There is this divine energies, and there is this material energy. All right. But if you live in a material world and you're afraid of this other energies, the spiritual energies, you're gonna hunker down. That's me. You gotta fear. Okay. And put my armor on. Protection. Protection from what? It'll happen whatever it's going to happen. Now, if you didn't learn that some of the darkness out there, it's actually environment to build, you might missing something in there. You see, and pretty much every culture, for creation of God, there was always a creations of dualities. In the Greek mythology, in the Hindu mythology, in every mythology out there, religion, okay, it has been created duality, okay? Guess what? The duality there is to understand that when duality meets, okay, the clash of the titans, okay? There was a video that I just watched here for the fluids, when the two fluids comes in and they collide. When the two fluids comes in, they create this circle, and then the circle begins to expand, and there is this little balls that are coming up out of it. I mean, that is how you expand, you create. When the yin yang comes in together, they do creation. They work together. Okay, together in union, solve all the issues. The black understand what the white is, and the white understand what the black is, and they're working together. That's how it goes. But during the eclipses, if you're missing and fully understand the darkness, you're not going to know what's going on. Nova X Gaia, I love your name. It sounds like divine vessel. Moment as omen, say once my teacher. Thank you. Thank you, Nova. Nova Guy, that's me, new art. And I got that name Dio long time ago. Just I was teenager. Was going to a radio ham club. That's how it started. And I was going and back in the, some of the people don't know, but back in the 80s, we were going into this video game places, and over there was only 3 letters to put your name on it. I was pulling Dio. So that's how Dio left it and stayed. I came to the United States and they say, well, sir, would you like to change your first name? It's going to be okay. And I'm like, sure. I signed the paperwork and they put it through the court. And it was part of the citizenship of the United States. And yeah, officially named my name, Dio. I mean, yeah, that's how I begin about my name. But thank you so much for it. Yeah, vessel, by the way, and in the Slavic language mean happy. But vessel in English, yes, you got it right. So, any other questions you guys have? If not, we're kind of like going to close down the session. Well, all right then, guys. I want to say thank you for everyone being here, and Maria Sinapi, in Italy, Dio mean God. Yeah, I learned that. Yeah. Also, Maria, you need to kind of like look at it a little bit about mythology that Dio in Greek means to. Maybe look at it that. I mean, I studied why that this name Dio, it's kind of like vibrates with me so high. Yeah, for me, discovering that the name Dio mean God, and oh God, that was for me like, took me a while till I'm like, oh shoot, that's yeah, you guys feel the vibrations and the responsibilities. Oh yeah, responsibilities. Ouch. When you create the soul contract with the third energy, okay, you get yourself in a soul contract with universe. You better deliver it, or the universe is gonna ask you for like, yeah, you made the contract, you sign your signature here, you put your soul signature there. Now you have to change, like it or not. But when this soul contract is within two people and the third energy, that begins to be, now the universe is going to be of that situation. Okay, he's going to ask you for responsibility. Mercury retrograde, but it's not only a Mercury retrograde. It is about soul contracts. Some people don't want to talk about soul contracts, and that's what there is. Maria, yes, that could be the twin flame, because I begin to understand the twin flame when I was ignited. I mean, my gosh, that ignition, it was like, I was like a downloaded, like, I don't know how many, I still processing that information from the ignitions. Anytime when something happened, there is something in me. It's like somebody downloaded the Akashic records of the twin flame journeys in my brain. And I begin to get in this, ooh, I know what's going on. I know what it is. I know what to get into it and all that stuff. This part of soul contracts, you have to be very mindful about it. Very mindful about it. They're not joke, and don't treat it lightly with jokes about this. So that is it. Well, I appreciate, guys, that you've been here. And tomorrow I'm gonna do another live, probably the same time, since you guys are here, or maybe I can do it later. Let's do it late in the afternoon here, Bulgarian time. So there's going to be some more people that can catch it up. And what I'm going to be talking about, how about you guys go ahead and put in the comments, what do you want me to talk about underneath the video, okay? Because it's the benefits for you guys. How about that? Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Be love.